First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello, everyone. This is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. Thanks for joining us. We are live streaming here from the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom, as we do every weekday, starting around 1 p.m. and going throughout the afternoon. And thanks for being a part of the show. However you found us, as I mentioned, we do appreciate you being a part of this. Don't forget to download the Fox 12 Oregon app. Great way to watch everything that we do here. And while I am in the newsroom right now, we do head out of the newsroom every now and then, and this is what we're going to be showing you today. It was our trip out to the Paws Aquatic Water Sports and Rehab Center, and it's really an amazing organization in Hillsboro, Oregon, and what they do is, well, that rehab, it's actually for dogs. So it's actually aquatic rehab for dogs, all kinds of different dogs, whether they're suffering from injuries or older in age or even training for canine units. They do a lot there. And they also have a gigantic pool where dogs dive into it. And that is part of the North American Diving Dogs Competition. We went out to visit them on a day they were having a competition to find out both about Paws and about the diving dogs themselves. And of course, there are a lot of dogs in this video as well. And on top of that, we found out about something that Paws is looking for as well and can use your help. So that's all going to be in this video. I'm going to play it for you right now. Diane, thank you for having us out here.
Thanks for coming.
By the way, if you hear the dogs in the background, that is fully intentional. We plan to have that
right
here, just to add to for the interview.
The excitement.
Yes, indeed. Well, Dan, tell me about Paws.
All right, so Paws Rehab has been a dream of mine and the co-owner, Julie. We both had independent swimming pools and facilities before and joined forces. We wanted to do indoor dock diving. Dock diving is the biggest growing dog sport in the world right now. But you know, the main goal was to do rehabilitation for dogs. Trauma, post-surgeries, old arthritic dogs. We work with some of the Hillsboro canine unit.
Okay.
To keep their dogs fit and ready for action.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we opened 10 years ago.
Well, what was it that drove you to want to do that?
Well, my history is I was in veterinary medicine and emergency critical care for 28 years, then went back to University of Tennessee and got my rehab certification. So just wanted to put that to use.
Wow. So this is something that, well, passion obviously for a very long time.
Yeah.
And doing that. And so this facility, so you mentioned some of the different dogs that come through here. So can you talk about that just a little bit more?
Well, we have a lot of fun and fitness dogs. They just want their dogs to learn how to swim. And it's a great exercise outlet for them. And then we have a lot of older arthritic dogs that are getting old and creaky. So swimming, underwater treadmill keeps those dogs mobile, and they can live years longer.
Wow.
And then we also have the dogs that have had trauma that maybe can't walk anymore. So we work with them in the underwater treadmill, in the pool, and also floor exercises, working on balance equipment.
Well, how does it feel for you, you know, being in this for so long, having this passion, seeing somebody bring their dog in, their buddy who needs some help?
Oh yeah, we love seeing the dogs that come in, the older dogs, hardly able to walk, and they trot out of here.
Oh,
so
that's got to be an amazing feeling.
It's pretty, tear-jerking sometimes.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Well, we also want to talk about what's going on here today.
Right.
North American Diving Dogs. Do I have that correct?
Dogs,
okay,
right.
Tell us about that.
That's one of the few organizations that does dock diving. North American Diving Dogs has about 80 facilities across the United States and Canada, which we are one of them. They also have 5 mobile docks that travel across the country and put on events. A lot of people have probably seen dock diving at state fairs or county fairs. Yeah. So the mobile docks do that.
And this is competitive.
Right, it's competitive. The event we're having will probably, over the course of the 4 days, we'll see 80 to 100 dogs. Some dogs are here all 4 days, some just come one day. And they are trying to earn titles to put on their AKC certificates.
Okay.
So they aren't really competing against other dogs. They're just trying to rack up titles for their own dogs.
Okay, and so like what are the things that they're trying to do, I guess?
So the most common one is the distance jump.
Okay.
Where the dog runs off the dock, the owner throws a toy, and they measure how far the dog jumps. And they measure where the base of the tail breaks the surface of the water. We use manual judging for this. A lot of competitions use camera judging. Same system they use for ski jumping.
Wow.
But NAD uses all manual judging.
So this is intense.
It's intense, yeah.
And these are all different things that people come here and they practice.
Yeah,
and they
we
train
do all
for.
3 of them all weekend long.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I just had no idea how big of a sport this was.
Sure, it
You
is.
said that there's a lot, like one of the fastest growing sports, is that right?
It's the fastest growing dog sport in the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
And right here, you've got a facility
Right,
for this.
we have a facility.
Yeah, and so when we go in there and see that, I mean, obviously I noticed a lot of very excited dogs.
Right.
It seems like the dogs love it.
They get amped.
Yeah.
They live for it. They start barking when they're a mile away.
What would you say to somebody who's never been to one of these competitions to encourage them to
I
come
would
check it
say,
out?
well, it depends if their dog swims. If they don't swim, they have to learn how to swim, and we teach them to swim. We
Yeah.
get puppies in here sometimes at 8 weeks old, teaching them how to swim.
Man.
So that's the most important thing. To do dock diving, they have to have a love of swimming and a toy drive. You know, some dogs, my dog won't play with toys. That's not really a good candidate for dock diving. They have to have a passion to go after that toy.
Can be a spectator then.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah. And actually speaking of that, as spectators, what do you think is the most exciting thing about this sport?
Well, people like the big jumping dogs that are jumping, 25, 30 feet. But, one thing I really love is the little dogs that maybe just almost fall off the dock. The owner gets just as excited for that, their dog jumping 2 feet. you
Yeah.
know. So it's all pretty exciting.
Well, I am excited to be here and to be a part of this, and thank you for having us out. And one thing I
bet.
did want to bring up here just at the very end, talking about the facility. I know you're looking for a new facility.
We've been here 10 years. Sadly, they did not renew our lease this year.
Okay.
So we have to be out by the end of June. We've been searching high and low for a place to go to. But it's been difficult. So as yet, we have not found a place to move to.
If you were to say something to anybody out there, you know, what is it that you're looking for?
If anyone has a building they know about, or just have an in for something, we need approximately 8,000 square feet, and with kind of high ceilings, about 18 to 20 foot high ceilings.
Okay.
Obviously it has to be reasonable.
Yeah.
Rent, but-
Yeah. But okay, so getting that out there to everybody, if you know of a spot.
Right.
The Paws.
Help us out. We don't want to leave.
Exactly. It's too much fun watching this. Come
Right.
on.
We need to keep the sport going.
Awesome. Well, Dad, thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Yeah. Have fun watching the dogs.
Yes. All right, John. Nice to meet you. And can you
Nice
tell
to
us,
meet you, Greg.
Can you tell us who we have right here?
This is Yachty.
Yachty. And Yachty is a competitor. I
He is
understand.
a competitor. He's ranked number 2 golden in North America diving dogs.
Wow, this is the number 2 diving dog in the world, number 2 golden retriever.
Number 2.
Wow, in North American diving dogs.
Uh-huh.
So we have a real star right here with us, with Yachty. So tell me, how did you and Yachty get into diving?
So his breeder is a friend of mine, and she notified me that this facility existed up here. So I contacted Diane, and we did a swim assessment just to see if he could swim, which of course he can. And then we did a lesson, and he was a natural.
Yeah.
And so we've been doing it ever since.
You just found out, like, oh my gosh, this is what Yachty is meant to do?
Yeah. We've seen it on TV. We've been at the fair before and watched it and loved it. And when I found out that we could do it, that was...
Yeah. And how long has it been that you've been doing this?
This is his 3rd season.
Okay. 3 years he's been doing this. And
Yes.
so you get to come here to Paws, and is this like your home facility?
This is his home dock. We've
home
gone to other places, probably 8 different locations.
Yeah.
These guys here are the best. They run the show the best of anywhere that we've competed.
And what's the most exciting part of it for you, going to these competitions?
Oh gosh, if you see him when he's going up on the dock, he's just, he goes crazy, and he loves it.
So what's the goal? What's the end goal if you could achieve it?
Well, sorry, cruising, but we want to be the number 1 golden.
See, there's the competition.
People are friendly, but there is competition there. But he went from being top in his class, his division, which was the elite division, and this year he broke into the next higher one, which is Premier.
Yeah.
So he's at the bottom of that division. So we want to climb up that a little bit.
How does it feel for you when you see him, Yachty, go out there and compete?
I'm just filled with joy.
Yeah.
I'm really sad that we'll be losing this facility. Hoping for an afterlife somehow.
Yeah.
But we'll travel and compete elsewhere as well.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, John, anything else you think is important for people to know? If somebody wants to get into this, what's the first step?
The first step is contacting the owner or the facility and doing the swim assessment and get a lesson.
Yeah.
But they do tryouts as well as at these competitions. So if there's space in between splashes, they'll let you do a tryout.
Right on. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you.
Huge thank you to John, Diane, the whole team there for having us out, and huge thank you to Ann also for editing that segment. It was a lot of fun to go out there and see that, and I will say, if you get a chance to go to a diving dog competition, I would recommend doing it because everybody in there, including the dogs, seems like they are having a really good time. There is a lot of barking, so be prepared for that because the dogs get very excited when they're jumping into that water, but just seeing some of those things. And Freddie, questions out there about Yachty. Yes, he was very fluffy. And so that is why I was petting him pretty much the entire time during that segment. And also the fact that they are looking for another facility. So if you know someone out there or you think this is something that you could help with or maybe refer them to someone, please reach out to them and let them know. Because it was something, I think, experiencing that, I love finding different communities and organizations and gatherings of people where they have almost like a family relationship in there. And it really did kind of feel like that when you walk in. It's very much a community. And they're all doing what they love to do and doing that with their dogs, having their dogs dive. So very cool to get to experience just a little bit of that and bring that to you as well here as part of Fox 12 Now. So thank you, as always, for joining us. We have lots that happens here every afternoon from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. I'm here. If there's breaking news, we'll have that for you. And we have all of our regular segments and interviews and events and all kinds of things that we cover. So feel free to send me an email, fox12now, fox12now at kptv.com. If you have a suggestion for a segment or something that should be highlighted, or maybe you want to do a deeper dive on a news story that you heard on one of our other shows, we can get a lot of that done here. Not everything, but we can get quite a bit. So feel free to send me that email, fox12now at kptv.com. And thanks everybody for joining us. I'll talk to you soon. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.